All right, afternoon guys. We are looking at Wednesday, October 29th. And we got started at corn harvest. So we started Monday night. It was dark. We broke a snout. There's a pinch in the wiring harness on the corn head that was shorting out, causing problems. We had a hydraulic hose blow. And then yesterday we got all that stuff fixed and got rolling. And I forgot my camera at home. So we're technically on day 2 of harvest, but it's going to be the first one documented. Reasons, because also on the first days we want to make sure everything's working right. And well, okay, well, batteries are dead. Well, let's get the boost pack on and get it started. And I'm pretty sure because they didn't run it very long the last time, there's a reason why they didn't get the batteries charged back up. So we'll get them all charged up and then we should be good. Anyways, I'll be back. All right, we're rolling. Well, we're not rolling yet, but we got the snout fixed on the combine, on the corn head. I got the batteries in so my scale works. We didn't have that the last couple days. Where we were combining before, I didn't really care whether I had the scale. I wanted to make sure the scale was working for the scale was working good for our stuff. That's essentially how I keep track of how much, well, that's how we keep track of our yield and our inventory. But then also too, when I'm filling the wet bin, I know roughly how many tons have been harvested. I know how full the wet bin is technically going to be. So I find it's important to make sure we're keeping inventory when we're drying, because I don't want to plug the leg and have to shovel a bunch of corn. So Joe's going to get rolling here and we'll get into corn. Field's already opened up, so we should go fairly, fingers crossed, fairly quick through here. So, well, it's a beautiful day to be harvesting corn. Not too hot, but the sun's out. Beautiful. I even cleaned the windows on here so you guys can see a lot better. And I think Joe just said the corn's testing about probably just shy of 21%, 22%. So that kind of moisture, the corn just sings through the combine. And if our corn is this dry, it'll go right through the corn dryer, no problems either. So this field being opened up already, we'll be, like I said, we're heading north-south right away. Opening fields up of corn take a lot longer than soybeans because the yield is so much more, and we only got a 250 bushel bin and a 20-foot or an 8-row corn head. In good corn, you're not long filling that bin, so you're always stopping and unloading, and really a hurry up and wait game till we get opened up, and then the guys hauling the grain got to be on it. So we've got enough containers here to get rolling here for a bit. I think there's some more wagons supposed to be showing up here shortly, and maybe another truck. And then we'll catch up with you guys here, get unloaded, and then maybe when I'm waiting for him to fill back up again to catch him on the next round, we'll get out and we'll see what kind of job the combine's doing. All right, as the grain cart guy in corn, I only got an infinite amount of time, or a finite amount of time to get out and check. But anyways, we'll look. So we got, before I touch anything, I'm looking for kernels on top of the ground. That'll tell me if my loss is coming out the back or head. So if we look on the ground, we got a little bit of header loss. But another thing that we run on our corn head is we run chopping rolls, like Kelmer chopping rolls. So they chop everything up into confetti. So you can see here where it's pinched. And then we also run a set of stock stompers or Yetter Devastators. So you can see here, we've snapped them off and we bust them down. And we've got them beat up, and then it also crimps them. And it really speeds up with breakdown of the stalks. But then also too, it also protects tires. So we'll catch him going by here. And I'm seeing a bit in the unharvested. Well, we're getting it threshed off pretty good. There's a little bit of corn coming out the back, but not terrible. We're finding whole cobs, which you want, so we're not beating up and overloading the sieves with cob. So I'd say he's doing a pretty good job. Like I said, our stock rolls are chopping that up and piling it at the base, and then in between here is not too bad. We are also smashing those root balls down. So if you were a no-tiller, there'll be next to no residue left in the spring with the Devastators and the Kelmers. But if you're a tillage person, those root balls break up just that much better. And I have found in our conventional tillage or VET, if we work the stalks where we ran the Devastators, come springtime we don't have plugging issues with the cultivator and we don't have big root balls to deal with. So they are nice, and I highly recommend anybody that has a corn head and want to do something with it and push your bean yields or help with corn on corn, put a set of Devastators on your corn head. You'll really enjoy them. I've had no issues with them, and I've sold lots of sets to people and they all rave about them. There is a bit of maintenance to them, but that's with every piece of equipment. There is a bit of maintenance to them. But like I said, in good conditions or even subpar conditions, ours have held up. So anyways, he's getting full here. We better go catch him. Well, and you might also notice in here that this cab is a lot quieter. We had a gasket go on the turbo, and that's what that rattling sound was that you guys could hear, that squeal. So now that all is fixed and been replaced, this thing is a lot quieter. It's got more horsepower because we weren't getting the turbo boost out of it because a lot of that exhaust was leaking by. Took a bit to figure out. We kept checking a few things or whatever. There's these spring couplers, change them. Anyways, finally decided to pull the turbo off and found the problem. So this thing is a lot quieter, a lot nicer to operate. it was good to operate before, it was just a little loud. But now, nice and quiet in the cab. And definitely can tell on the fuel consumption too that we're getting our turbo boost, that this thing is a lot more stable and a lot less fuel being burned. So, which is good. Saving the environment, burning less fuel. That way Taylor Swift and all these superstars can still fly private and fly all over the world, because I'm doing my part to reduce my greenhouse emissions. Anyways, catch up with you guys in a little bit. Alright, well, it's been a bit. We've been just slowly chugging away here. Wagons, first set of wagons is back, 3/4 full. We need one more dump of the combine, have him full, and then we'll work on the next set. I think, and I filled our tandem truck, so I think once I get them full and they're gone, I think we're going to have to sit and wait a bit, which is a good problem to have. Means the corn's yielding well. Fields are carrying up well. Machines are working the way they should. So it's been pretty uneventful, other than just it's nice and steady. I like running the grain cart in corn because it's a busy job, and you're not too often are you sitting there waiting. In these short little rounds, I do a little more sitting because I gotta wait because the combine's turning more. When we get into a big square field or the fields at home with the rounds so long, you're unloading on the go, it seems, all the time, and you can't hardly ever keep up. So, good problem to have. We should hopefully be wrapped up here probably, I'm thinking probably around 6:30, just because we're going to have to wait for containers to finish up. But I don't know if we'll get stuff moved home and try filling the wet bin tonight with the rain coming. Dryer's not ready, but it's not going to take much to get the dryer ready, so I'd rather have the wet bin, and the corn's 20%, so it doesn't like it needs to be dried right away. So we'll maybe see if we fill the wet bin tonight, how keen everybody is, and if we've got containers that are empty. So, anyways, lights are on, auger's gonna be swinging out. I better get under there. All right, got that field done. Well, my duties aren't required anymore. So I'm gonna take the truck to the elevator, dump it, go home, and then Joe's gonna finish up here, take the combine home, and depending who's back, likely he'll be back there. He'll get Mom to give him a ride back. He'll take the buggy back home, and we'll get started into our corn. Don't know if you guys can see me, but it's a beautiful, beautiful fall night. So, alright, that went pretty uneventful. Might get eventful when we get started on our own stuff, but it's good. Good when the content's boring. That means we're getting stuff done. So, now I get to play Super Trucker. Well, guys, that pretty well wraps up today. I'm just gonna feed some calves. We just did about 8-ish acres at home and just filled the wagons in the truck. I'd like to have 2 people here and daylight, fire up the leg and fill the wet bin. Didn't want to push my luck, and weren't gonna run that late to begin with, but I do have enough corn combined that we can get the dryer set. If we don't get a whole lot of rain, we'll probably be rolling on Saturday, so I'll be able to fire the dryer up. We'll be able to fire the dryer up early Saturday morning, and get drying corn and get it set while I'm around. And then we can fill the wet bin in containers again and get a good start into corn. I imagine with the moisture it's at, should be able to sing through the dryer pretty quick. I only got about 8 hours of drying, 8 or 9 hours of drying worth of corn. So if I just empty everything tomorrow or Friday, heck, even start it Friday night. That way, if I got problems, somebody might be able to come out Saturday morning. So start it up Friday after work, watch it, let it dry through the night. Should have everything pretty well dried through the night, and then we can start and probably get another 25-30 acres done. And yeah, hard to tell on yield because the one headland we did was right around the bale stack and it wasn't that great. Lots of tramping and just compaction, and the back headland of the home farm there is pretty tough too. But when I was spraying it at tasseled corn time, I didn't have much hope for it. So I am pleased with the yield for the year. You know, could it be better? Yes, but if it doesn't rain and stuff like that, Mother Nature holds the cards. So we'll see how it goes. The yield was climbing quite substantially. With each round. So I think the last bit that we did was right around 6 ton wet, and so I would say that's pretty good. 6 ton wet, and it's 22%. So divide that by the factor, I think it's 1.083 times 39.384. 220 bushel corn. So that's the reason why I hate headlands. Headlands bring your average down quite a bit because they suck because of compaction. If I could farm farms with the least amount of headland, that would be awesome. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna go feed calves and finish up chores and head her home. All right, good morning, guys. It is Saturday, November 1st, about 7:30, and we're gonna go get the corn dryer fired up. So we had a couple drizzly days after we finished up combining the other day. Joe's just making feed, and I'm going to close the corn dryer up because I power washed it yesterday, get all the crappy weed out of it, and what we're gonna do is, we got a bit of dry corn left. I'm gonna run that dry corn through it just to kind of push all the crap out that I couldn't get at with the power washer, and then we should be off to the races. So with the severe drought we had, we kind of put off cleaning out the dryer after wheat, and well, added more work to our getting ready for corn. If I had just done it the day we finished drying wheat and blew it all out with the leaf blower, we would have been able to just put corn right into this thing. But it's not the end of the world. It's always good. It's not the end of the world to pull it apart and power wash it out. Whether you got crap in there or not, just keeps things flowing nicer. So anyways, I've got to put these wedges back in, and then we'll take the rest of the dry corn out of that bin there, put it in the wet bin, run it through, and put it back in that bin. So got a bit of stuff to do, and then we should be able to get rolling, unload the wagons and everything. I can get the dryer set, and then probably after lunch we'll get started back combining again. All right, well, I'm back. We had a bit of a struggle with getting the dryer set up. I got all the blower pipes hooked up, ran a bit through it, plugged. I thought, oh, it's just wet, crappy corn. Nope. Bird decided to put a nest up there. Got that dug out, and now we're just running some corn through it. Get it all dry inside. And now I'm just gonna hop in the truck here and go get this unloaded. Finish unloading all that dry corn out of the dryer, and then we will start drying corn. In all honesty, I'm not as far as behind as I thought I was going to be today, so count that as a win. But this thing should be aired up enough. Let off the brakes, and we will go get it unloaded. All right, truck's unloaded. We'll get the wagons unloaded. Let the dryer finish putting that dried corn through it. I want you guys to comment or follow me on social media and make sure, but before the snow falls, that dryer has no grain in it and it's washed. So if we got to dry wheat next year, it's literally just put wheat in the dryer. Take the time before the grain is rotten in it, and hopefully I don't have a big issue with trying to get I was a little worried this wasn't going to start, but I think I might have to split the wagons. I'll see if I can get them out. If not, we'll have to use the loader. All right, looks like we've got all the dry corn out. So we will adjust our meter rolls. I looked up what I had for last year. I looked up last year what I had for starting point. So, anyways. So we got the set disc dryer up. We've got it on. Got it set to continuous flow. Auger, I'll turn it on. And then we got to turn our gas on to it. That's important. So we want to turn the load auger on. And we want to hit start. open the slide here. And now that wet corn is going in. So there we go. Get that filling. It's really loud there. And get this grain here unloaded. So, get that all unloaded, wagon situated. It's a little greasy out here. So likely what we'll do with the truck is we'll just back it in to unload and we'll just pull the wagons through. It's probably going to be the simplest. And then the neighbor's got some wagons that we can borrow, so Joe and I will just fill all the containers, park everything for the half an hour that we need to unload everything, and then fire back up. And if we do that, I bet you 3 times we'll have quite a bit off. Work smarter, not harder. So that first sample of hot corn is 15.6, which is a perfect. And so back to corn drying, we dump our corn hot. There's dryers on the market that the bottom section, they cool the corn and then you dump it. So then you want to make sure that it's like 15.5 cool. But since we dump it hot, we could get away with dumping it at like 16 or 17 and then cooling it in the bin, and then it pulls that moisture out. But I've never had much luck getting to drop it in the bin. I don't know whether, because we don't let it steep because the fans on our bins are oversized, so it cools the corn too quick. So I've always found the most I can get to drop in the bin is about half a point, 3/4 of a point. So that's how I set the dryer. Every dryer is a little bit different. So anyways, we got about another 35 minutes before I'll pull another test, and we will see what that's at, because the dryer's been running for about an hour. All right, we're back combining, just doing the headlands, opening the field up, let the dryer catch up just a little bit more. Corn's the same moisture as it was the day before. So we're just going to get some headlands done and opened up. Get the field all opened up, and then we'll be able to get hammering north-south. Another thing on here, I think I said earlier in the video that I jokingly said to Joe, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'd be able to sit in the combine seat. And if we got to 100,000, he said I could drive the combine. But I want to put it to you guys. Let's see if we can get to 1,000 subscribers by January. So we got all of November, all of December, and January. It'd be really nice if we could hit that 1,000 subscribers mark by January. And yeah, set goals. Hopefully we get there. I think last I checked we were at like 358. So we got a ways to go, but every little bit helps. And I'd love to see to hit that 1,000 subscribers by January. And well, we won't be combining then, but maybe I'll do a video of me sitting in the combine seat with the combine parked in the shed. I don't know, but anyways, guys, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel and comment. It really helps the channel grow. You can definitely see that in the videos that people comment on. They definitely do a lot better than the videos that no one comments on. So don't have to be all positive comments. As long as you comment, you can comment, tell us what we're doing wrong, or comment saying what we're doing right. Good news, or good comments or bad comments still help. But anyways, I think he'll be getting here full here soon, and I'll have to go catch him. All right, we got that land done. Now we're just opening up some more headlands or end rows. And I'm guessing based on yield projections, we will get these 48 rows of end rows off and have everything full again. We'll unload them and see what time it is. If we want to fill everything up to have full overnight, or just let it dry some more. So that we'll have to see how many acres we think we got left. Because I don't know, because I don't know how many acres of silage technically we cut. So, but anyways, looks like I won the late game. It is kind of a dangerous game to play, but I won today. Can't tell that I got the lights on though. They suck on this thing. Alright, good morning guys. It's the next day, November 2nd. Dryer worked through the night. Unloaded what wagons we didn't unload last night. And just mixing up some milk replacer for the calves. Bit of a frost this morning, so we won't be able to get started combining probably till 10:30, 11 o'clock. Because the frost has to melt off the leaves, and then hopefully the wind picks up and dries up a bit. Because if not, it just doesn't feed in nice to the corn head, and stuff wraps. So we'll let the dryer catch up some more. Had to slow it way down. Just that I have no idea what's going on with this corn. It's like 23, 24%, but it's drying like it's 34%. Just not wanting to give up the moisture. But anyways, I think I got it figured out. Like I got it close to 15.5. I'll run the aeration fans and I'll have no problem getting it the rest of the way. So yeah, so that's the plan. I'm going to feed these calves here. Nothing else needs feed, so we'll probably just combine, get started here at 10:30, 11 o'clock, finish this field up, and then feed everything while I'm finishing unloading and let the dryer work through the night. We do have a test plot to do in this field. I'll text it's Sunday. Hate to ask the rep to come out on Sunday if he wants to, but I'll let him know that we're going to harvest the test plot. And yeah, we'll do the test plot today, and I'll bring you guys along for that too. So see how a corn test plot is harvested. So that's the game plan for today. And like I said in my Instagram story, the first corn harvest video I'm hoping to have out today. If not, it'll be first thing tomorrow morning. I'll likely edit it tonight, and by the time it uploads and everything, it'll be out Monday. So Anyways, better go check to see my water level and get these calves fed. We don't have fancy row guide, we just got Joe guide. I do precision planting, did buy head sites, so I've sold a couple or one row guidance system. But we figured we had to get the wear parts fixed on the corn head before we go and shell out money for row guidance. And the more I run the quad track and the articulated tractor on the grain cart, the more I wish we had an articulated tractor years ago. Just so much handier, and I always wondered how those guys that like unload on the go going backwards with a grain cart, well, I never see them do it with a front wheel assist tractor. Well, it can be done, but that quad, you can back that cart up straight, no problem. And back around corners with it, and it turns a lot tighter too. You can easily turn on 60 feet easily. Probably if I had to, I probably could turn on 40. Just because our cart's so short. If you had a bigger, longer grain cart, you wouldn't be able to. Alright, we're getting started on the test plot. Weigh wagon's here. Joe's just getting started. So in this test plot, we've got maturity ranges from 96 day all the way up to 103 with a couple new numbers in here. So we've got the stakes here, and then there's corn. Every 6 rows there's a different variety. So Joe, we have an 8 row, so Joe will just harvest 6 and then drive up and dump. So we planted this April 28th. So looks like everything's standing well. We do have a competitive check or a Pioneer check in here. This is a new one. New 103 day in here. It's looked pretty good. In all honesty, I haven't really gone and looked at a lot of these hybrids, mainly because I was out in the field and I was busy. But I did check in on them throughout the growing season. All right, we got the test plot done. All right, let me get my mic. Test plot's all done. Corn was 130 at 199, and yields range from 168 to 199. So nothing by nothing record, but still overall a good plot. Still a good plot. Learned lots from it. So
My shifting's not that great. Grind them till you find them.
Well, that'll pretty well wrap up day 4 of corn harvest. Sorry I didn't get any drone shots, but this would just be a quick corn harvest video. We got the plot done. Got the home farm done. I can't quite get everything unloaded, so I gotta let the dryer work away. I'll probably finish unloading stuff tonight when I come and check the dryer at I think I'm gonna come back and check the dryer at 10, and then I'll check it again. I might come at like 1 o'clock. I'll stick around here. I'll go home, come back 10, stay till about 1 or 12 o'clock, and then I'll just get up at like 4 o'clock and come check the dryer again and see how it's progressing. So hopefully smooth sailing. But anyways, guys, appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you like this kind of content or want to support the channel, be sure to subscribe. I've got a goal that I'd like to hit 1,000 subscribers by January 1st. So if you could do me a favor and subscribe to the channel and give this video a thumbs up, would greatly appreciate that. Anyways, take care, guys.